What's going on, guys? So I am still out here at the Elkhart Dealer Show in Elkhart, Indiana. This is the Forest River area, and we're specifically looking at a pretty awesome fifth wheel. This is the Columbus River Ranch by Palomino. Now, you guys have seen River Ranch units on my channel before, so it's not as if it's the only time I've shown you one, but there's some very innovative changes they've made to the new River Ranch, which I really think are going to stand out and make this thing special. And if you don't know much about the River Ranch, well, we have someone here who probably knows everything about the River Ranch. So hang tight, I'll be right back. So with me today, I have Ron. And you know, you walk around here, about 80% of the people you run into are sales representatives for the manufacturers. But this gentleman right here, I'll let you give your title.
I am the engineer for Columbus and River Ranch, and I designed the River Ranch.
So that is super awesome. So he's the actual engineer, and this is going to be fun because I love talking to engineers. So I guess the first thing I'd like to ask is, what was what was the main motivation when it came to tackling this River Ranch project?
Well, we had a lot of feedback on the previous one where the steps were intimidating to people, having them all in one shot going up. So what we did is we kind of created this landing mudroom area. So you can come in, you can kick your shoes off, you can sit on the bench, and then you can go up the last two steps, and then from there on, you're on your single level living. So
yep.
Still got no steps inside once you get past the mudroom, but we kind of made it a little less daunting for the entrance.
Well, I like what you just said, because you said a lot of people had issues. Even during reviewing it, you get up to the RV and then you have more steps to go up even higher, and you kind of look at it as, man, that's a lot of steps. So I like what you guys are doing. You're listening to your customers, right? And you're doing things that innovate, because a lot of manufacturers, I hate to say it, they just don't care. They'll do what they want to do. It's kind of their own path, but I love the fact that you guys have that customer first approach in terms of how you innovate and design your RVs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the second piece of it, this is before we take a look at the floor plan, is I think from an engineering standpoint, one of the challenges you always deal with when you're dealing with a full profile unit is center of gravity.
Right.
Dealing with how do you actually make a unit that is elevated above a storage area like this with a center of gravity that really still gives you the stability you're looking for. How did you address that?
Well, we have a bigger frame underneath. Typically on a unit like this, you can get away with a 10-inch I-beam, but we went with a 12-inch I-beam. Mm-hmm. And then we also have a 4-inch section at the axles. So at the axles, you have 16 inches of steel,
okay,
which gets that center of gravity down. Plus, any storage that anybody's going to put in there, they're going to put weight below the main floor area, which is going to weigh down at the lower area. So it was just a matter of getting a heavier frame on there to get that center of gravity down low.
Okay, very good. You want to show me around the inside of this
Sure.
unit? Okay, so model designation on this River Ranch is the 391 MK. And here's the deal. Very tall, relatively wide, but it's actually a pretty short fifth wheel, 36 feet 7 inches long. Let's take a look at the numbers here real quick. So it's got a dry weight of 12,739 pounds, a GVWR 15,999 pounds, and a cargo carrying capacity of 3,260 pounds. I am assuming at this weight, it's probably riding on what, twin 7,000 pound axles?
We actually went ahead and just kept the 8,000 pounds that we have on the rest of the River Ranch product. So it has a 21,000 pound pin box and an 8,000 pound axle. So it's got
it's overkill. Your axle capacity exceeds your GVWR, and
we're not running it to the minimum like it's typical.
Yep, that's what most people are looking for. So that's absolutely amazing. So, and I'm assuming, are you running G-rated tires on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're running 16-inch G-rated tires and 8,000 pound axles. That's awesome.
With an H-rated option.
Is disc brakes optional in this unit?
We do not at this point.
Okay. Well, let's step inside this unit and see what it's all about.
Okay.
Okay, check out this window first. This thing is huge. All right. I actually closed the door because it's crowded out here and it's loud, which is nice. It's the return of the dealer show. It's been a long time.
As you mentioned too, 36 foot 7 inches. That was another thing that we were listening to the customer on too, was our other previous River Ranches were only 42 foot long, and out west and in some of the people, like even Michigan, they want to go to state parks, they wanted some smaller units. So we tried to squeeze this thing down to a reasonable length and still give you a nice luxurious living space on one level.
Let me stand back here so I can kind of pan around. One thing I love about the Columbus product is their focus on making it feel very high-end luxury residential. You guys do a great job, especially with the tones. The mixture of light, dark, neutral tones really gives you that feel. The upgraded cooktop with the Insignia 4-burner cooktop. Nice upgraded full-size residential microwave. Even the kind of the casing around the TV, the entertainment system, all of this just looks really nice. The flooring looks nice, as well as even the material they're using down here beneath the theater seating and the dinette. And then if you want that extra storage, you flip the TV out of the way and you got a tremendous amount of storage back here behind the TV. Plus it makes all your connections and all of that so much easier to access.
We see people with their coffee makers, bread makers, all kinds of stuff stored back there.
Yep, and you guys include the tire pressure monitoring on this too, right?
Yep. All of the Columbus product comes standard with that.
It's just everything looks so high-end residential. I mean, that is really nice. Soft close drawers.
The sink has an extra little rinsing sink. You have a little small sink that you can take out, or you can have the big giant sink.
Yeah, oh, that is really, really nice. And the ceiling height in here is actually, I mean, it's a very respectable ceiling height in here. What do you say the ceiling height is?
7 feet.
So it's a 7-foot tall ceiling. And what's also nice about it is it's reachable. So if you need to do anything up there, clean something out, you can actually get to it. But it's not, it doesn't feel short. It doesn't feel like you're in a short RV.
We're also 7 foot above the kingpin, above the pin box, which is we're the only fifth wheel that has a 7-foot headroom above the pin box.
Wow, that is really awesome. All right, and then you have your coffee station right here, which is probably the single most important thing in an RV to me. Nice cabinetry here. Nice pantry. I love these doors. They feel so much more robust than many of the doors that you see in RVs. Nice French door refrigerator, Samsung. But this is beautiful. Just check out some of the trim work, some of the detail work that goes into these Columbuses. And, you know, Columbus has always kind of been synonymous with this level of detail. You guys have always put a tremendous amount of detail. I think Columbus was one of the first units I saw that made me really want a fifth wheel.
We tend to have more full-time people living in them, so it is their house. It needs to be residential. They're taking their home with them.
Nice. Okay, so as we work our way back, they have a Firefly control panel here. You want to talk to us real quick about this control panel?
Yeah, this is your home here. You can hit all your master lights and everything. This is individual lights if you want. This one here is your converter controllers and power controllers. Here's your AC settings and heater and everything. And then this, you can run your slides and your awnings out. You can also tie into it with your phone and run everything right off your phone as well. So you can run slide outs while you're outside if you want to.
Very
looking
cool.
at trees.
All right, let's take a look in the restroom. All right, coming around to the restroom. Wow, this is a beautiful, beautiful restroom. Check out the shower surround. I don't think I've seen this in any other fifth wheel. I'm sure others may use it, but this looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the tones. That absolutely finishes off really well with the shower pan at the bottom. This looks very residential. And again, Columbus has kind of been that brand that kind of introduced that full-size residential bathroom feel to the industry.
Right.
I mean, I saw it more.
60-inch shower. So
yeah.
Good size shower.
Ooh, I like this. Solid surface. That's really, really nice. Nice bowl there. Nice faucet above it. Huge medicine cabinets. Got more storage right here. Porcelain foot flush toilet. Very, very nice. Let's check out the bedroom. Okay.
As you come through, you'll notice a big window so you can see your campsite.
I love that you have the MCD blackout blinds in place as well.
Right. We have a washer dryer prep all set up here so you can do a stackable washer dryer. Still have storage above it for your extra laundry items, which is you typically won't see in another fifth wheel. You normally just have room for this because they're normally 78 inches maximum in here, and a lot of times down to 72 up front. So we give you more storage above the wardrobe as well, which you normally won't see on another fifth wheel.
Very nice. I love this. Just this whole room feels so spacious, especially like you said, because it doesn't drop down like your traditional fifth wheel.
You don't have to feel like you're coming down into a hole here.
Exactly. This is awesome. 3 AC units?
3 ACs.
And now tell me what's different about ACs this year versus the previous generation.
We previously had a 2-ton basement unit, which was an older AC that was available that nobody had used in the RV industry since back in the early or late 2000s, probably stopped using it. So it was old technology. We couldn't get a third compressor under the 50 amps, plus they didn't have it available. So we went to and we found on the bigger units that we needed a little bit more BTUs out west in the hotter areas. So we've gone to the 3 roof airs. They're all low profiles, which allowed us to keep the 74-foot headroom. And now we have 3 ACs instead of just that. Basement there was basically 2 ACs in one can. Now we have 3, and they can all run on 50 amps. So
yeah, and they're all super low profile ACs up there too. Yeah. And they're all quiet cool, I imagine, as well.
They're all quiet, yeah.
Yeah, very, very nice. So 3 ACs up here. And what size units are they?
They're 13.5s.
13.5s each. So you can run all 3 at the same time, I imagine.
Yeah, you can.
Off of 50 amp connection, of course.
And on the bigger trailers we needed, on the smaller one, we just left the 3rd AC just like we did with the axles. And
oh, very nice. So yeah, if you get a smaller one, you don't have you can even you can get a lot cooler too.
Right.
But check this part out. You might not have been able to see it. Look at all the drawers in the fireplace, and you have a televator in here as well. Absolutely beautiful. Well, you mind showing me some stuff going on the outside of this unit?
Sure, let's go.
Okay, so now we're outside. I love seeing this. I'm very familiar with the actually the aftermarket version of this, which is called the SRE 4000, but you guys include the Moride LRE 4000 suspension on here. You want to kind of talk about why you do that?
Yeah, this just has a nice heavy-duty rubber damping system in here, and it softens the ride quite a bit when you're traveling down the road.
Okay, is this standard on this unit?
Standard on all River Ranch.
Okay, very, very nice. And again, looking underneath, 8,000-pound axles, 12-inch I-beam frame with the boxed 3-inch section below it. Got their G-rated tires. You can see the Columbus branded LRE 4000 right there as well. Also looks like it has the hydraulic level up 6-point leveling system on it. Okay, so one thing I would love for you to kind of share with me is this slide system I don't see on very many RVs. I see Schwintek, I see rack and pinion, I see the under the floor style slides. Can you talk to me about this specific slide system?
Yeah, it's similar to a Schwintek. It's made by Power Gear, and it also has a motor up in the wall like the Schwintek does, but it allows a little more freedom. It's not necessarily tied right to the wall, so it gives a little more freedom and flexibility. Another thing we've done on this River Ranch product is we go with a one-piece composite slide-out floor, which is unique to this product as well. Most people have a chipboard there, which as water gets to it, it's going to rot. This won't happen with this.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, these slides are very similar in the way they operate as a Schwintek, but they're just not really tied to the box. They're more reliant on the rollers of the floor.
Okay, so the rigidity of the box doesn't potentially damage the motor integrity.
Right.
Okay, very nice. Let's open up some of these storages. I'd love to see inside here.
We've got a bunch of stuff in there.
That's okay. We got
this is a one-piece composite trunk floor. The whole piece, all the way from the back to the front, is a solid one-piece floor that we drop right and attach right to the floor, right to the frame. So it's right on top of the chassis.
Very cool. A lot of storage space. Do you have any idea what the cubic footage in terms of storage space underneath is?
I think this one is around 300 cubic feet. I can't remember exactly.
Still, it's just amazing. This is very motorhome-like.
Yeah, except for on a motorhome, you still have the rail there, and it's not passed through all the way, so it's actually more than what you see on a motorhome.
Yep. Let's take a look at the front. Looks like you have the Flex Air pin box up front.
Right, which also softens your ride. So this thing rides nice and smooth down the road. We've had lots of good reports about how this thing tows.
Okay. And you can get this equipped with the generator, I imagine, right?
You can, yes. This one's not generator ready, but yeah, there's the can goes right here. There's knockouts in the floor that come out. And you can get a generator right in there.
Very nice. And then 30-pound propane cans?
Yep. Both one on each side.
Okay. You have your leveling controls. You have your inverter over here. And then where would your wet bay be?
It would be right here.
Oh, so you have a dedicated area just for your wet bay, and that is nice. You could actually use this for some storage as well.
You could if you needed to, yeah. So you could have your paper towels or whatever and cleaning supplies.
Yep. You got the Nautilus panel up here also. Very nice. Trimmed off very nice. I love the whole look of this.
This is This is a 40-inch door where all the other ones are 48-inch doors, so the small door is your convenience center.
Yep. And it looked like you had a power cord reel back here, or is it a manual cord reel?
It's a power cord reel back here.
Got your 50 amp Moride power cord reel.
Yeah.
It comes loaded with water and Pepsi.
And
I'm kidding.
Candy bars.
Very nice though. Super cool. So, you know, whenever you see this product, of course, which you designed, you've also designed the other Palomino product, the other fifth wheels as well?
I've been with Columbus for 3 years now, so yeah,
okay.
The past 3 years.
So this is your baby then?
But yeah, this was my concept.
Very cool. So what do you think of it? How, you know, from an execution perspective, is this everything you thought it would be?
It's everything and more, and we have so much more in the works that we can do with this concept, but this has turned out very well, and it's been a blessing to work with the team that we're working on to get this thing done.
That's awesome. Well, Ron, I really appreciate you coming on board. It's very rare that I actually get to meet the engineer and the designer of RVs. I usually meet the sales rep, so the concepts, why you did things the way you did, it's always important stuff to know, and I love that you were able to come on and share some of that with me.
Yep, I appreciate your time.
Thank you
for reviewing our product.
Of course. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.